subscribers, welcome back to Budgeting Borders. I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe out there. Today I just wanted to talk to you about something really important for people that are overseas, either living, working or travelling in a different country, and that's transferring money internationally. I've been away from home for a few years now, and oftentimes I've had to send money back home to my family, or my family's had to send money to me while I've been in another country. And finding a cheap, easy and secure way to do that is really important. Now I've tried a few different options that I wanted to share with you. The first one is just transferring money through your bank to your family's bank. Now if you're with the same bank, then obviously this is really simple and easy to do and it's not really much of a problem. But for example, my Australian bank accounts that I use most of the time, my family's had to transfer money from their New Zealand bank account to, and that can cost some transfer fees and some conversion fees. Now because the currencies are similar, the conversion fee is not too bad, but you still get charged that transfer fee and that conversion fee. And together it can be about a 3% to 5% charge on the transfer, which isn't too bad. But if you're transferring from, say, United States dollars to Australian dollars or to Canadian dollars, Great British pounds, it can be a little bit more expensive. And obviously it all depends on your bank, their bank, how much money you're transferring, and obviously the currencies. So that is obviously your first, and most people consider that the securest way because you can trust your bank, you can trust your family's bank. Another good way that people transfer money would be PayPal. I used them a few times. They're pretty good, they're fairly secure, they've got all sorts of international certifications so you can trust them. And also they've got a good feature where you can sort of store money into your PayPal account and you can have people transfer money directly to your PayPal account, and they don't have to worry about transferring it to your actual bank account, which can make people feel more secure. But the problem with PayPal is they charge you around a 5% minimum fee for the transfer. Also, you're going to get charged a fixed fee if you're using your debit card or your credit card, and this fixed fee is just dependent on which currency you're transferring. But you're also going to get charged a conversion fee from your bank, and possibly even a conversion fee from the bank that you're transferring to, depending on which currencies and depending on the banks as well. So this can be a good option. It's obviously pretty secure. People know PayPal pretty well. It's a good brand. But for me, it just costs a little bit too much. If you're sending lots of money regularly, that 5 to 10% fee is going to cost quite a bit over the time. Another good option is Western Union. Now Western Union can be a really good option. The main reason is they have a store that you can just go in and pick up cash from. So for example, if you're traveling overseas and you get your credit card stolen or your debit card stolen and you've got no way to withdraw money, you can get your family to transfer the money to the Western Union location and you can go pick it up from the store directly, and that's a really handy feature. The only problem with Western Union is they are quite expensive. Now it depends on if you're sending money from your bank account, your debit or credit card, or if you're sending it from an in-store location, and also depends on if you're picking up money from the in-store location or if it's getting sent to your bank account. Again, the conversion fees on the currencies also factor into this. So depending on the currencies that you're sending and receiving, it's going to cost different amounts. But in general, it works out to be quite expensive, between sort of 5 and 10%, depending on all those different factors. Obviously, it can be cheaper than that, but you'll just have to look online to see how you're transferring and how you're collecting. But for me, Western Union, a little bit too expensive. I'm not going to be going to store. Hopefully, I'm not going to get my credit card stolen, so I'm not going to need to go into store to pick up the cash. What I really need is a way to transfer money directly from one bank account to the next bank account and have it there as quickly as possible and as cheaply as possible. My partner lives in another country and I often have to send money to support her sometimes. My family back home, I have to support them occasionally, and occasionally they have to support me as well. So just to be able to do that as quickly and cheaply as possible is what is most important for me. The next way I want to talk about transferring money is using applications and websites that you might not have heard of. You might have seen adverts of them and you might have been unsure whether or not you can trust them or not. And that's basically where I was. I was trying to find ways of transferring money online cheaply. I've seen lots of adverts and pop-ups and I just couldn't possibly know which one to trust. And if you're transferring money, you want to make sure that it's secure. So I did a bit of research into one app that I found called TransferWise. I checked out all their international accreditations, I looked at all the reviews online, and I wanted to make sure that it was obviously safe and secure. From what I'd seen online, everyone that had used it had really positive things to say about TransferWise. I'd seen no evidence of being a scam or anything dodgy, so I felt comfortable to give it a try. And I downloaded the app, TransferWise. So the way TransferWise works is you're wanting to send money, let's say from Australia to Indonesia, and somebody else in Indonesia is wanting to send money to anywhere else in the world. Well, I want to send my money to Indonesia, so what TransferWise is, they find someone in Indonesia that's trying to transfer money out of Indonesia, and they take the money that they would transfer to another country, and they transfer it to the person that I'm sending money to in Indonesia. So that way, basically they're just doing a local transfer in Indonesia, so I'm not paying any international conversion fees or anything like that. And then obviously the person that's sending their money to wherever they were sending it to, let's say it's the UK, in the UK someone else is trying to transfer money to another country, and it just sort of bounces around like that. So your money doesn't get charged any conversion fees. The money that you're sending doesn't actually leave Australia. So the money that I'm sending to my partner, for example, in Indonesia, that just gets sent to somebody else in Australia who's trying to receive Australian dollars. So it's a really ingenious way that they've found to transfer money internationally where you don't actually get charged any conversion fees or international transfer fees. So I believe the TransferWise charges about 1.5% on the transaction, and that's the only fees you're going to pay. So a lot of other like bank transfers, you'll get charged the fees and your bank will tell you, but you won't get told what the bank, like what the recipient bank is going to charge you. So there have been times that I sent my partner money in Indonesia from my bank to her bank, and my bank had charged me, 5%, but then also they charged my partner, when the money entered her bank account, they charged her some sort of fee on her end as well. And I couldn't really predict how much it was going to cost, so often she'd just receive a lot less money than what I had sent, and that was becoming really annoying. With TransferWise, they tell you, right, you're going to pay 1.5% or whatever it is, you're going to pay like $2 in transfer fees, and that's it. And it tells you it's going to arrive in 12 hours, and that's it. And it often arrives even before they've said it's going to arrive. Like, it arrives so fast. It's been times where I've pushed send, and within like a minute, my partner's had an email saying the money's in your account. So it works really quickly, works really efficiently, and again, really cheaply. And I used it a few times. Obviously, I started small with just little amounts of money because I was obviously a bit worried about this whole security thing. I'd never heard of TransferWise, never used it before. So I used it a few times with just small amounts of money, slowly used, bigger amounts of money over time. And I've been using it for the last few months, and I've not had any problems. Every single time I've transferred money, the exact amount that TransferWise has told me they're going to receive, they have received. I know this sounds like a bit of an advert for TransferWise, and it kind of is in a way. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I just wanted to share my experience with a really good application, a really good service that they've done. So if you're looking for a way to transfer money, I would definitely recommend TransferWise. I will leave a link in the description below, and I'll also leave my unique code. If you use that code, you'll get a free transfer under $300. So go ahead and use that. If you're trying to send money to family overseas, or if you're trying to receive money from your family, it is a really good option. Do your own research, look at all their accreditations, look at all the reviews, make sure you're happy with it before you use it. But for me personally, couldn't recommend them any more highly. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today, guys. I hope this helps you transfer money back home to your family. I hope you're keeping well out there. And until next time, see you later. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos related to travel and work.